Oh, geez. Here we go. We're trying again. Oh, man. So I just did some peace and calming. Now I'm doing some aroma life because you guys know when the computers go hinky, I have no idea what to do. I know how to turn them on and I know how to, social media, but that's about all I know. So Brian came in and hopefully he fixed my, all the letters. He said that the letters, something I didn't have enough. I don't know. But hopefully we are fixed now. If it dies again, I don't know. He'll have to work on it and I'll have to try this another time. So we were like 8 minutes in on the last one, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and start at the beginning. So if it's repeat for some of you guys, I'm really sorry. I do want to tell you that we have 30 pages worth of stuff to get through. So I'm going to talk really, really fast and you can take notes and all that good stuff. But just know this recording will be here theoretically. And you will get to go back and see it over and over and over and over again so that you can figure out, exactly what order and stuff. I also want to tell you, you cannot, this is really important, you cannot supplement away poor dietary choices. You can't supplement away all the toxins and all the chemicals and still live in that lifestyle, right? So there's some changes you're going to have to make when it comes to cleansing, which is what we're talking about today. It's all the detoxing, cleansing, where you start, what you do. Where you start is literally with your environment. For me, the cleaning up my environment was really important. I got rid of all of the different toxins and chemicals and all the things that we plugged in and sprayed all over the house. We got rid of all that because as long as that stuff is going in, then my cells are having to fight to clean the new stuff and it doesn't have time to work on the old stuff. So my first advice to anybody is get rid of the toxic cleaners that you have. And whatever lie you are telling yourself that it's too expensive, I can't just throw all that out. Let me tell you, there is nothing good in any of those bottles. It is killing you. Every smell, every time you touch it, every time your children smell it, every time your kids touch it. I shared already the one time, I was probably back in 2007. There was an article that had come out, and I don't remember whether it was in a magazine or the newspaper or the news because it was a long time ago. But it was a toddler helping the mama do dishes, and they were at the dishwasher, and all the toddler did is dip their little finger into the dishwashing detergent and licked the finger, and that baby burnt the whole esophagus, the stomach, and spent days in the hospital before the baby died. And that was a shock to me. I had no idea how toxic all that stuff was. And we got rid of everything. We went to Thieves Household Cleaner. It was the only they had Thieves Oil and Thieves Household Cleaner. That was pretty much the only stuff we had back then. And then I used apple cider vinegar and I used baking soda. And those I switched over immediately. I got rid of all the other stuff because I had 4 kids. I don't need that stuff in their lives and I don't need to be fighting that myself if I'm trying to get healthy. So I made that switch immediately. It's like $30 for a container of Thieves Cleaner and it will replace everything you have. And if you're like, but I don't know how to use just my Thieves Household Cleaner for all the things, write in the post, Thieves me, give me the Thieves info because I've got an entire sheet that tells you how to replace everything just with the Thieves Household Cleaner, baking soda, and apple cider vinegar. It's very inexpensive to make that change. So put that in the comments. Let me know that you want that or that you've already made the change. I've already made the change. I got rid of the toxins because that's the most important. The second thing you got to detox is your brain, your mind, your thought. What are you allowing feeding into you? Are you scrolling on social media? Are you looking at the news and it's death, mayhem, the world is coming to an end, all the things. And we are freaking out about the world coming to an end and politics and all the stuff, right? And don't let that feed into you. We got to detox our brain. We're doing a movement and motivation challenge in our group. And one of the big parts of that movement and motivation is the motivation, the reprogramming of our brain and affirmations and feeding that good stuff in and rewiring, reprogramming so that we believe, so that we're speaking life into ourselves. What we speak, what we see, what we hear, it is speaking over ourselves. So if you're going to detox something, detox some of that. I'm not saying you have to go cold turkey and get off all this stuff, but at least if you're make your For You page or your feed more positive. Follow the people that are positive. Look for the things that are good because you will always find garbage and horribleness. You don't have to go looking for that. It will try and find you. Just rewire some of that. And speaking of movement, I'm telling you right now, Movement is one of those detox things that you need. Our lymph system. So your heart pumps blood on its own. It pumps. But your lymph system, which is a part of your detox, only happens when you move. So you really want to see some detox and good things happen in your body, get your body moving. If you want to jump in on our 30-day movement challenge, say add me and we'll get you into the group where we're doing that. If you're already in there and you're doing the movement with me, just let me know where I'm already doing it. Give me a whoop whoop, because that is so important. And we've still got 20 more days of that movement challenge. And I'm telling you, getting your booty moving will make a difference in that detox. So everything I'm going to share from you from this point on, because we've talked about your brain, we've talked about your environment, we got some movement going on. I'm also going to talk to you about your gut. You got to start with your gut. When you really want to start cleansing and getting things moving, we got to start with that gut. And the number one thing you can do for your gut is water. I know some of you guys knew. I should have said, who knows what I'm going to say next, because you know I'm going to talk about that water. Giving your body water and real live Celtic sea salt and getting that in there hydrates every little cell and it washes over you. It even works with the fluid that goes around your brain and down your spinal column. It increases it. It works with that lymph that we're talking about. So make sure you're getting your body a good half your body weight in ounces of water. And if you're going to detox, add another 20 ounces. And I'm telling you, you have to measure it. You have to, I know people tell me all the time, oh, I have water with me all the time. It doesn't work if it stays in here. So if you're only filling this up, this is like a 32 ouncer. If you're only filling this up once a day, you're getting maybe, 28 ounces, because you know you got ice in there that stays in there. You need to measure the amount of water you're doing. My daughter used to put rubber bands on her handle so she knew how many times she filled it up, because it's so important to do that. Because your gut, so your digestion starts in your mouth. It starts with your saliva. There's enzymes that break down. We're going to talk a little bit about enzymes if I have time. And those enzymes start breaking it down. Then we swallow and the food goes right into our stomach. And your stomach does this. It moves. It chimes it around. And we've got this hydrochloric acid in your stomach that is amazing and so important. If somebody has acid reflux, it's not because you have too much acid. Typically, it's because you don't have enough. So try something like apple cider vinegar. That's some good things to get in there and get that absorption happening, and more enzymes go in, and then from your stomach it goes into your small intestines. And we have this thing called peristalsis. You can write that down if you want, but peristalsis is this wonderful movement that takes the food and it gets into that tube, that big long small intestines, into the large intestines, and it massages it along. And that peristalsis, that massaging movement is so important. It's just not smushing it and moving it, but inside your intestines you have these little hairs. These little tiny hairs are called villi. And the villi, I want you to think like they're a straw. Think villi is a straw. And what they do is they suck the nutrients right out of all of the food that is in your intestines, and they get to the food by that massaging. And if there's no movement, the massaging isn't happening, then the villi are just along the outside, and we've got this encrusted fecal matter that's just sitting there. It's just sitting there, and then food that you're eating is going right down the middle, and you're not absorbing the nutrients. So this is why I say you can't supplement away a bad diet. We got to reinstate that peristalsis and that wonderful movement that's going on, and some of the things that you can do. So this is just a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to talk about food. So making sure you're eating whole food. We need to make sure that we're eating what's whole food. Whole food is stuff that comes as close to nature as possible. So a tomato is a whole food. A watermelon is a whole food. A potato is a whole food. All of those whole foods come with vitamins, minerals, all these great nutrients, and they come with fiber. Almost every whole food comes with that fiber, and fiber is so amazing for us. Some other things. Now, I'm not going to take very long on this one, but it's Ninja Red. Give me a Ninja Red whoop whoop if you are already drinking your Ninja Red. I'm not even going to go deep into Ninja Red, but that is our, this right here. Right now, I've got Ninja Red, celery juice, and lemon juice in my bottle, and I'm drinking it up today. I'll explain the reason behind those, but I'm drinking it straight out of the bottle because I'm just that kind of a rebel. But Ninja Red is a powerhouse nutrient for you. It is for every single little cell in your body. It's going to help with energy. It's going to help with focus. It's going to help you to sleep. Who knew? Focus and sleep. But we've got so much information on Ninja Red. I'm going to slide right past our Ninja Red. I'm moving my notes because I know I'm talking faster. Ninja Red. Guys, I had 3 pages just on Nature Red alone. That tells you how powerful Nature Red is, right? But the next one that I want to talk about is our daily prebiotic fiber. So this is, this right here is a prebiotic fiber. So this is food for all of the microbes in your gut, and it tastes absolutely amazing. This is what this is a sealed one. I can't even show you. It is pink. It is delicious. It is amazing. You can use this as a flavoring in your water. If you're one of those that you're like, I really don't like drinking my water, put a half a scoop in your water, shake it up, put an ounce or so of your Nature Red in your water. Whatever you could do to get more water inside you is huge. Prebiotics are so important. This is going to be food that feeds all of the flora. We've got hundreds of thousands of good guys in our gut that help to defend us and clean us. This is food for them. It's important. It's also got a lot of good healthy fiber in there, so it's going to help you start having more normal bowel movements. That's one of the ones. Then we have our trifecta. I want you to go, oh! Our trifecta is the cleansing trio. Now, this comes with 3 different products, and I'm going to give you a second on each one and tell you what they do. The cleansing trio, you can go in the back at virtual office, you can grab the cleansing trio, and this is a Nature Red cleansing trio. This is where I personally feel every single person should start, because you will see such amazing things happening when your bowels are functioning properly. So the combo of these 3 products, one of them is called Comfortone. Comfortone is capsules. And you're going to just take, let's see, Comfortone. This is capsules. You're going to take, oh man, I need to open a new bottle. You're just going to take 2 of those in the morning and take 2 at night. And inside here, you have all kinds of things that are going to feed the gut. They're going to partner with that peristalsis, that normal movement we're supposed to have. It even has some good things that help with that hydrochloric acid in the stomach. So it's got so many parts and pieces. And this is one, again, 2 in the morning, 2 at nighttime, and you're going to take it. It has things like diatomaceous earth. Remember last week I talked about what we put in our pool to keep it clean and filtered, and diatomaceous earth, the stuff for the pool, is one that I use. It's already in here because it's doing the same thing. It's cleansing. It's helping with the so that you have normal healthy bowel movements. It's working with that peristalsis, like I said, partnering with that. The other one that is in the trio, oh, I didn't bring that, is our ICP. So we have our prebiotic fiber that used to be called ICP Daily. And then we have ICP. It looks like a container, kind of like this right here. And it is another fiber. This is one that you're going to put just a scoopful. It's a powder. You're going to mix it up in some liquid and you're going to drink that down. And this is another form. So one is working on one side, the Comfortone, and the ICP is working on the other side, and they work tandem to reinstate proper movement. And proper movement, just in case you don't know, you should have a bowel movement when you wake up in the morning, and you should have a bowel movement every time you eat. So if you're eating 2 times a day, you should have 3 bowel movements, 1 in the morning, 2 later in the day. If you're eating 3 times a day, you should have 3 bowel movements, because peristalsis starts in the mouth, that digestion. And when I put something in my mouth, that whole process should start moving, and that movement should go all the way through, and I should have a bowel movement. And I am here to tell you right now, your bowel movement should just take a few minutes. You should go into the bathroom, you should sit down. It should not take a book for you to be able to get it out. You shouldn't have to grunt and groan to get it out. It should come out nicely. It shouldn't splash and come out super fast either. There's something in between. But you should have a normal, healthy bowel movement 3 to 4 times a day is normal. And so using this combination, you're going to see some of that. Then we've got our essential zyme that is in there. Essential zyme is a broad range enzymes. And so you understand, according to them and they, there's like 1,300 different enzymes that the body makes. And at any given moment, you have around 75,000 enzymes. What? Enzymes work on every single cell in your body. If you blink, enzymes are involved. Your heart beating, enzymes are involved. Digestion, obviously, you know, we all seem to know about digestive enzymes, but there's metabolic enzymes. There's just so many different types of enzymes that do different things in the body. And our food just is dead. It doesn't have the enzymes it used to have. Like if you happen to be eating directly out of your garden, your food probably still has enzymes. But most of the stuff, if you buy a pineapple, I live in Michigan, if I buy a pineapple, how long ago did that pineapple get picked before it ever gets to my store and it ever gets actually ripe, right? So it came from Hawaii. They pick it when it's green, so it never fully got all of its enzymes right then. And then it gets shipped, and they actually pump some stuff in so that it doesn't keep ripening and go bad and rot as they're shipping the stuff. Then it gets to the stores, and then it is another chemical to make it begin having enzymes. So we just don't have enough. And making sure you're getting enzymes, we have multiple different enzymes. We've got Essentialzyme, we've got Essentialzyme 4, we've got Detoxzyme, we have Allerzyme, and they all work in different ways. But the trifecta has the Comfortone, it has the ICP, and it comes with Essentialzyme. Now, I do have to give a shout out to Detoxzyme right here. We're talking about your gut. Detoxzyme is one of my favorite enzymes that we have, and it's one that you can do in addition to. This one is going to help, again, it helps with the stomach, it helps with the food in the bowels, it helps with those movements, and it helps, it's in the name, Detoxzyme. It helps your beautiful liver. It's very supportive to the liver. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to all of the liver stuff. Another one that is for your digestion is our Digest and Cleanse. Now, most of our supplements, almost all of them, I think there's 2 that do not have an essential oil in the supplement. But this right here is just an essential oil. That's all that is in this beauty right here. That is packed full of essential oil. So in this, you are getting essential oils that partner with your digestion. They partner with that hydrochloric acid. They partner with the enzymes, and they help. So it helps to take care of gas and indigestion, and you know, you constantly are burping or farting. You know, biology, it happens. This is one that's going to help with that. That occasional sour stomach that you get. You ate something, it just didn't set right. There you go. That's our Digest and Cleanse. It is amazing addition to anything you're doing. It's also one you can do absolutely on its own, and all of these are. So you could do ICP all by itself. You could do Comfortone all by itself. Ninja Rat, of course, all by itself. Our Detoxzyme, all of them are perfect, even when they're all alone. Digest and Cleanse. I want to make sure I'm not skipping anything. I'm checking my notes real quick. Another one is our Inner Defense. So Inner Defense is another oil capsule, and it's high in things like oregano and our clove, and they're very high in ones that take care of an unfriendly environment. So if you're dealing with things like yeast or fungus or kind of that kind of stuff going on, and you got a little whatever happening in your body, this is packed full of that. So you can add this with what you are doing. You could do it by itself. You can have it occasionally, have it in the house. I like to keep it around because when you need it, you need it. I don't want to have to be going and ordering it because I don't have time for that. It's high in things like thymol and carvacol, and it's just super supportive to your entire body. Then we have the oil of Digize Vitality. So we have Digize that you can put on topically, very soothing. You rub it on your belly. Then we have Digize Vitality, which is tarragon and peppermint and so many different oils that are just great for your whole digestive system. It's got ginger and juniper in there. It's got that fennel that I'm always talking about. And you can just put a couple drops underneath your tongue, or you can put them in a capsule, or you can make Digize tea. If I'm feeling irpy, if my belly's just not straight, I will put a couple of drops in hot water and I will sip that. And if I'm doing my sleek tea, I'll just throw my Digize right in there, Digize Vitality, and it just helps to settle all of that. A lot of times I'll take it and I'll burp right afterwards because it just helps to get all of that back out. It's just powerful. It's just a powerhouse. The next thing I want to talk about, so we talked about brain, we talked about the thoughts going in and cleaning all the stuff, we talked about your gut, but I want to talk about your liver. So liver is the one that everybody wants to jump to when we talk about cleansing and detoxing. We want to get in there and we want to be doing the liver. But you have to get the gut going first. If you try to jump straight to the liver, but you're not having 3 to 4 bowel movements a day, what happens is your liver can only let go of toxins in 2 ways. It can let go of them in your bowels, which is what we want. We want it to go there, so then it gets removed from the body and it's gone, or it can go through your skin. So a lot of times when you're dealing with skin stuff, it's actually the liver trying to get rid of the stuff because the detox pathway is clogged. It doesn't have the way to get out. So start with your gut first and then start playing with some of the liver stuff. And I'm going to tell you some stuff to do while you're doing your liver stuff. That Ninja Red, I'm going to put it out there again because Ninja Red is super supportive for all of the different things so that you stay strong and healthy while you're going through the process. But one of the products we have right here is our Juva Power. And our Juva Power is a, oh my goodness, it's sealed too. Should have grabbed stuff out of the kitchen. Okay, so it is a fine powder, and it's a powder blend of, I'm going to actually read the ingredients because I want you to realize how much is in our Juva Power. Juva Power is rice bran, spinach leaf powder, tomatoes, beetroot, flaxseed powder, oat powder, broccoli powder, cucumber powder, dill seed powder, sprouted barley seed powder, ginger root powder, slippery elm bark powder, L-taurine, psyllium seed husk, anise seed powder, fennel seed powder. So not the oil, that's fennel seed powder. Does completely different things. Oh my gosh, so powerful. It also has aloe vera leaf, which is amazing for your gut. Your anise seed essential oil, fennel seed essential oil, peppermint essential oil. Those are all in there. So you're getting, this is food for your liver. So this is the stuff that your liver needs to rebuild and take care of itself so that it's able to go through and do all the detoxing, because your liver does a ton of detoxing. Every chemical, everything gets filtered through the liver, and then the liver is the one that decides where everything goes. The liver is the one that says, you go over here, you go out in the bowels, we need to get rid of you, you go take care of the eyeballs, oh, go to the heart. That's the liver's job. So it is filtering everything. And this is food that just feeds that liver and helps it to do what it's designed to do so that it's able to function properly. So it's just about giving it. Remember I said you can't supplement away a poor diet? This is a supplement, a food that feeds that liver. In the process, it's also feeding the gut and the stomach and all the other things as well. But its design is to just pour in to your liver. So that is, again, our Juva Power. You're just going to take a scoop of this, and I put it in with my ICP. So in the morning and at bedtime, I take a scoop of ICP and I take a scoop of Juva Power. I put a couple of ice in there and I put a little bit of water, maybe 6 ounces of water. I shake it up and I drink it down. It tastes kind of like a vegetable juice. Think VA, it kind of tastes like that, which makes sense. It's tomatoes, it's broccoli, it's beets, it's food. So that's what this one is. And I partner that with the ICP because I don't like the taste of the ICP. ICP has a black licorice flavor. I do not like it. I have tried to put it in with my Ninja Red and it just ruined my Ninja Red. So putting those two together, the Juva Power tones down the taste of that ICP, and they're wonderful that way. The next one that comes, so we said the trifecta was the cleansing trio. Well, we used to have a trifecta for our liver, and it was Juva Power, Juvatone, and Detoxine. Now we don't sell them as a set anymore, but we do have all three of them. So while this one is food for the liver, this one are herbs for the liver. This is Juvatone, and this comes in the hard caplet right here. They're kind of big, and they smell herby. They smell like a whole bunch of herbs. But I'm going to do the same thing. I want to read to you all of the stuff that is in our Juvatone, because again, I don't think people know this. And for people on high protein diets, so everybody is, buzzword, high protein diets, or they're doing keto diets, which have more protein in them, or they're doing low carb, so they're focusing on protein, any of those things, you have to have Juvatone. Juvatone is going to help you break down all of those proteins and turn them into all those powerful amino acids so they get into the cell. Remember I said that the villi in your stomach work like a straw, but they have to be broke down in small enough pieces. Juvatone partners with that. It is a blend of, let me see. Oh, I can't find it. So first of all, it's choline. You can do some research on choline and why it's so powerful for the liver, but it really helps with just a healthy liver function. It's super necessary, again, with people in those high protein diets. It helps with your normal excretion functions. So your body is able to clean out those little pathways. That's just part of what it does. So that's choline. It also has in there methionine, and it has glutathione. So it actually helps to recycle your glutathione. So your own liver is supposed to make glutathione. The methionine helps with that. And then it has in there, what else do we have? Oregon grapefruit, which is, again, so think berberine. How many times have you heard me talk berberine? It's in here. This is in here. So everything that you've ever heard me share on berberine, Juvatone, it is the one. This is going to help so that your body has normal, healthy blood sugar levels. It just keeps you healthy. It keeps you strong. It keeps your liver doing all its liver functions. And a little TLC to the pancreas in there as well. So what else is in there? goodness, I don't even see the list of it. So that is our Juvatone. So these guys, anytime you see Juva, 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 it's just like rejuvenating, and it's rejuvenating to your beautiful liver. And remember, when your liver is functioning, you're going to feel a lot more clarity. You're going to feel a little bit more energy because your body's not, those pathways are functioning like they're supposed to. You're going to notice healthy skin. You're going to have a shine and a glow to you. That's part of a healthy liver happening inside there. So that's one. And then the other one is Detoxime. Detoxime. This is, like I said, so we have lots of enzymes, and I love our enzymes, but Detoxime, I think, is a little more favorite. It's definitely, so in my group, since I'm having to go so quick over each of these, in the group that we're doing the movement thing, I'm also going to do probably a deep dive on each of these products I'm talking about for cleansing. So if you're already in our group, you are all set. You will see them. If you're not in that group, but you would like to be added to that group, just let me know. Just say, add me, put me in the group. I want to know the detox, however you want to say it, and we will get you added so that you can do it, because Detoxime, I think, if I'm not mistaken, my Detoxime is 8 pages long. 8 pages. And this amazing supplement. This is one that helps partners with these other two to love on your liver and to support your liver gently. So you can take one on the bottle. I think it says one, maybe 2 times a day. I know that Gary said that he used to take a handful at bedtime. It's sealed, a handful of them at bedtime, because it goes through and it supports all of that. It is a broad range enzymes. It has enzymes that's going to break down proteins. It has enzymes that will break down those carbohydrates. It even has enzymes that break down cellulase. That is the fiber that we get from food. It's able to break down the fiber. It helps to ferment it so that our all those microflora that we've got in our gut can actually use that cellulose for food. So it's feeding it, and they're itty bitty. They're teeny tiny. See how tiny these guys are? They're just little. And Gary used to tell us that he would just take a nice little handful of them right before bed so they could go in and love on that liver and clean out all that stuff and digest all the undigested proteins and undigested carbs and undigested everything. It goes in and does that. That is our Detoxime. When you think of Detoxime, think focus liver. Think focus, like I said, it's in the name, detox. It's just cleansing. It partners with our ability to cleanse. It is fast acting. So our Essential Zyme is a slower acting. That's the one that comes in the cleansing trio. It's a slower acting. It's broad range too, but it's going to work slower on stuff. Detoxime, when you take that with the food that you eat, it is helping to break that stuff down right now, carrying it right to those villi, the straws, so the nutrients can get in there. It just really helps to promote that. So let's see. The next one I want to do is actually an oil, and that is our Juva Cleanse Vitality and our Juva Flex Vitality. So remember, anything with Juva in it, they're very loving to the liver, just a little TLC, just a little lovey-lovey. So you can take 1 to 2 drops of either of those or both of those, and you can put them right in your mouth, and it will taste yucky, and you will swish some water and you will drink it, but you get so much good absorption. And it's just got herbs in there that are essential oils in there that are going to really love. So like you've got your heliochrysum, you've got carrot seed oil in there, and you've got oils that are just phenomenal for the liver, just phenomenal. It's got the ledum, it's got fennel, geranium. So depending on which one you grab, you're going to see some good things happening. The next thing I'm going to talk about is stuff we never get to. And it is, I'm so nervous that I'm not going to be compliant. So it's making sure we're doing a blood cleanse. So your blood, so your kidneys cleans out your blood, right? But your blood needs a little TLC and support as well. So some of the things I'm going to recommend, I'm going to pay attention to my notes so I don't get in trouble. So juicing. So I am a big juicer, juicing straight fruits, straight vegetables, because there's so many nutrients and you get a higher amount at a time. So one of the juices that I do is cucumber, celery, and beet juice. Cucumber, celery, and beet juice. And I do about 12 ounces of that. And when I'm working on cleansing my blood, because some of you guys know I deal with chronic lymphocyte leukemia. So I do a lot of TLC for my blood simply because I want to keep it under control. I want to stay healthy. I'm feeling good. I want to stay there. So I do a lot of juicing for that. So again, it's cucumber, celery, and beet juice. I do 12 ounces 3 times a day. I juice as I need it. When we're in a hurry or we're on the road or I need something, we might juice 36 ounces of it at one time and keep it cool and drink it throughout the day. But it tastes to me, I might be crazy. It tastes better to me when I juice it as I need it. And we've just gotten into that habit. So I juice my celery, cucumber, and beet juice. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was one that we learned from Gary over in Ecuador. I'm not really sure where that combo came. And then I throw essential oils in there. I throw things like Citrus Fresh in there. I throw my Vitality Juvaflex in there. I throw my Vitality Juva Cleanse in there. So I throw a lot of my Vitality oils in my juices. So if I'm going to drink something, I want to make sure I'm getting the best bang for my buck. And I know oils are carriers, so I put them in there with it. I also do different herbs, and I do things like red clover and licorice root and poke root and peach bark and Oregon grapefruit and sarsaparilla and the Casa Sagrada that's in our ICP. Those are all ones that are really good for supporting and loving on my blood supply, on my bone marrow, giving that TLC to help it move like it's supposed to. So that's my quickie on your blood. Give it some TLC. I'm also going to say vitamin Bs. Vitamin Bs and blood supply, like almost each of the vitamin Bs do something with the blood, whether it is increasing your lymphocytes, whether it is balancing your bone marrow itself. Vitamin Bs are so important for it. And y'all have heard me speak on that a bazillion times. Like if you want to know like an in-depth on vitamin Bs, go to ShannonHudsonYL.com. Shannon Hudson, that's my name. YL, that's my game.com, and go under health videos. And you can go see the video on Super B because they do so much for you. But when it comes to your blood supply, vitamin Bs are super important. All right, the next one. Now, this has to be done. This is your metal cleanse. And I am telling you right now, you have to do gut, then liver, then a little TLC to your blood, because when the metals start releasing from the fat, from the muscle, from where they're hiding in your brain, when they start releasing, they're going to release into the bloodstream. The bloodstream is going to take them to the kidneys. The kidneys is going to separate out the garbage. You're going to urinate what you can. It's also going to rotate back up through the liver, which then takes it into your gut. So you have to make sure the other stuff is already working before you go there. So you're going to add, so I talked about the first juice, you're going to add dark greens, celery, and cilantro juice. Cilantro is amazing. It's like the secret sauce for releasing some of the metals that get stored. Again, they get stored in the brain, so they cause brain fog, they cause fatigue, and we're getting metals from oodles of things. It's not just one thing. I hear people go, it's the wheat. Yep, wheat probably has a whole lot in there, but it's not just the wheat. We get those metals from lots of things. Most of our drinking water, we're from Flint, Michigan, so talk to me about bad drinking water. It's there, so it's something we need to do on the regular. So drinking dark greens, and that is all of them. Do a rotation. Don't get where you use the same exact greens all the time because they have the same nutrients, but another green. So if I use the elephant leaf kale or I use the regular kale, they have different nutrient profiles. So I want to make sure I'm rotating through and what's in season. So sometimes my dark greens are going to be kale, and sometimes it's going to be spinach, and sometimes it's going to be parsley, and so just different greens is what I put in this. And then I do that celery. Celery is very powerful for what it does for pulling out the metals. Eating celery, powerful for that as well. And then I do 12 ounces 3 times a day. So when I'm doing the metal cleanse, I will start with the other juice with my cucumbers and my celery and my beets. And then the next week, I will start adding into it the dark greens, the celery, the cilantro, and it's a second 12 ounces. So I'll do 12 ounces at, say, 9 in the morning, and then around 11, 12 o'clock, I'll do 12 ounces of the other juice. And then I'll rotate, and then I'll rotate. And in there, of course, like I said, what do I have in here right now? I've got celery juice in here and fresh lemon juice in here, and then my Ninja Red. So I just use the bottle, shake it up, and I've got that. I probably have ICP and sulfurzyme in there too, not ICP. I don't like that one. The prebiotic fiber is probably in there as well because I'm moving some stuff out. I have lost almost the amount that I weigh today. I have almost lost all of that. So I'm almost to 240 pounds. and that I weigh currently, but I've almost lost 240 pounds. So I know the constant cleansing has been a big piece of that, making sure that my gut is functioning, that my liver is doing its job, that my kidneys are strong, which we'll go to in a minute. In addition to, so some foods I want you to add when you are doing the metal cleanse, I want you to add flax, chia seed, and hemp. So make sure every time you are eating, you're eating a salad, sprinkle those on it. I'm talking 2 tablespoons of each time that you eat. So if you've got some grilled veggies that you're having, that's okay. Sprinkle that over the grilled veggies. And I know there's going to be some people right now that go, Shannon, you shouldn't do chia until it has been soaked. I disagree. I think that when we take it, it's able to, when it expands inside me, first of all, it starts to make you feel full faster. But second, when it's expanding, it's also sucking all of that garbage into it. It's like a magnet for all of those metals and all of those toxins that aren't supposed to be there. So I choose to, with intent, sprinkle it on my food, and I eat it just like it is. And hemp on its own is a powerhouse, absolute powerhouse. So make sure you're doing that combination. Again, it's flax, chia, and hemp. So these get sprinkled on your food, 2 tablespoons. That is a total of 6 tablespoons a day. If you don't like the texture of them, because they do have little, it's pieces, you can put them in a blender and blend them up as you need them. Flax is amazing for even your breast health. Flax is amazing for sucking out the toxins. So much breast cancer, up your flax, my friends. I'm just saying. Some other things you can do that will support during the process. So I want to make sure my body stays strong while I'm detoxing. So I'm doing all those things. I'm going to up my Juva cleanse. So I'm going to take probably 7 drops 3 times a day. And I would just pop that right into my juice. Again, this is just keeping me strong and healthy while I'm doing all of the other things to detox. My Juva flax, I would probably do 15 drops 3 times a day. So while I'm trying to go through this, I want to make sure that even though metals are releasing because of all that other stuff I'm doing, that my body stays strong, that my little liver doesn't get overburdened. And because these are things that my liver loves, and they support my liver, it's just going to keep it healthy. I don't want to go backwards ever. I want to make sure I'm always going forward. Multigreens, 3 of them 3 times a day. While you're going through this, again, it's all that chlorophyll. So you could also do our ninja greens. I don't do the ninja greens because I'm allergic to mushrooms, and so it's in there, but there's so many good things in either one of them. Just make sure you're doing about double, maybe even triple what you're supposed to have just during the 7 days that you're pulling out those metals, because you want to give your body all the parts and pieces so it all stays healthy while you're removing the excess. That's the important thing. And then of course your ninja red, I would say 6 ounces a day while you're doing it. Again, I just throw mine right in my my juices that I'm juicing, because it also gives them a much better flavor. I don't know if you've ever done celery juice. It's not the best flavor. I mean, it's not the worst. I definitely have drank and done worse for my health, but that's not it. And then during it, I would continue doing your 2 comfort tone in the morning, 2 at night, and then your ICP at least once a day. Twice a day would be better, just because anything that gets released into my stools, I want to make sure it gets taken out immediately so it doesn't reabsorb into my cells. So I like to keep that moving. I will tell you, usually about the end of my blood cleanse, metal cleanse, when I'm doing that, I do get a little bit of loose stools going on. And that's just because I'm trying to move it all through really, really quick so it doesn't reabsorb. So if you have to work, if it doesn't work for you, then cut out some of the ICP or cut down on the comfort tone. It's just, in my head, I say I don't want to give that time to sit in my bowels and be reabsorbed. I want those metals out. I grew up in Flint, and I know that's been part of the reason why I've had so many health issues, is the chemicals from where I grew up. So after you have done your metal cleanse, you have to. So this you cannot skip. You have to come in and give some TLC to your kidneys, because remember, your blood gets cleansed and filtered through your kidneys. So if you have released all of these metals, because every day you get a little more metals out, and so day 1 of a metal cleanse, you're just getting a little bit. Day 2, you get more. Day 3, you get, and it continues to increase for, gosh, you could do it up to 40 days, but I don't recommend more than 40 days of doing all of those high detox metal stuff, because you need to stop and give that TLC back to your kidneys. So things I would do for the kidneys, 1 would be the master cleanse. I know you're just coming off doing lots of juice. And you don't have to go zero food. The ingredients in the Master Cleanse are very loving to your kidney no matter what. So you can do the Master Cleanse, Google Master Cleanse. It will tell you what to do. It's lemon juice and cayenne and maple syrup. You can do all that. Now to that, I always add lemon vitality. I add spearmint vitality, and I add citrus fresh vitality. Sometimes I'll do my grapefruit vitality too, because those ones are all really TLC too. They're going through and they're doing the clean, and they partner really well with that lemon juice. So I go with that. And then you can try just celery juice, limit it down to the celery juice. You can also add some other fun juices. You can do, there's one called the Mean Green, what's it called? Mean Green Juice. And it actually adds green apples into there. And it's very, it has a nice taste. It changes up what you're already doing. And we're talking about 7 days of really loving on your bladder. So again, this doesn't have to be a juice fast. This is just adding it back in. And then when we have it, KMB. They keep saying it's going to be out in 2 weeks, and then we get the new when it's coming back and it's delayed again. But eventually it comes back. That is just, it's kidney and bladder. It's just food for your kidney and bladder. And this would be great to incorporate in here while you're giving that TLC back to your kidney and bladder to keep it strong and healthy, to make sure that you're urinating like you're supposed to and your kidneys are doing what it's supposed to and your urethra and all that. It's just partners in there really well with those. And that's got juniper and parsley and dandelion and German chamomile. And but before we get it, like you can add, I do dandelion tea. So I'm a tea girl. I like my hot tea in the evening. It relaxes me. Dandelion tea is a great one. Juniper tea is a great one that you can add during that. You guys, I'm already at 40 minutes. So I want to talk about parasites now. So here's the world according to Shannon. We all have parasites. Like every dog, every cat, we treat them for parasites. But they live with us. We're outside. I walk barefoot everywhere. I was sharing in my summer video just the other day that I put hand sanitizer on my little feet. So when I'm out walking in the beach and doing all the things, it's giving a little bit of protection, right? But the chances are that we have parasites. Like when you look at the numbers and you look at other cultures, do you know other cultures literally deworm their infants at birth? Like they have the mamas actually use different stuff on their nipples, so when the baby's drinking, they're deworming their little. So maybe you don't think parasites are a thing and this isn't a big deal to you. You do you, boo. Right? So I'm just going to tell you some stuff that you can do. So black walnut, you can get a black walnut tincture. And you can just take the tincture of the black walnut. It works wonderful for parasites. Study after study after study after study show that it is a powerful one. It's bacterial, viral, fungal, black walnut. You can do that. You can also do wormwood. Wormwood, same thing. So you can actually take a shot glass and you can put your your black walnut in there, and then you can put your wormwood tincture in there, and then you can add to that whole clove. So whole clove on its own is super powerful for parasites. Like there's all kinds of information on it. So, you know, clove is what we take and we put on oranges because it makes it smell so yummy, right? So we use whole clove. We cook with whole clove. We do all that stuff, but you can take that clove seeds and you can put them into a blender and just like you can do your chia and your flax, and it will turn it into a powder. So you can take just a pinch of that and put that in with those other two tinctures, just a pinch, and it is going to work wonders. Those three together on their own have been proven to do amazing things for moving parasites out. But I'm going to remind you, got to get that gut working before you do this, because if you free up and kill off these parasites and they're just stagnant inside your gut, or the eggs rehatch because the stuff didn't get out, I'm telling you, friend, just do some of the things. Oregano leaf is another one that you can add in there. Literally, the oregano that you can grow in your own window, oregano leaf, has been shown that when you're taking 4 to 6 of those a day, it helps with eggs. It helps with them stop hatching. Are you kidding me? That is an easy thing. Cook with it. You make Italian, throw your oregano leaves in there. Fresh oregano is powerful. So try that. And you can even blend that up and put that in that container as well. So lots of options. Garlic. Okay, I'm going to read this one right here. Garlic's ability to enhance immune function is beneficial during your parasite cleanse. It stimulates the activity of the immune cells, such as your macrophages and lymphocytes, by boosting immune function. Garlic helps the body recognize and eliminate parasites and eggs effectively. So that garlic and that oregano, using those in conjunction with everyday cooking, is going to keep you clean. So if you happen to be out and you catch a little something, because like that, just those two have been shown to work against even tapeworm, like the worms and the protozoa. So that's easy foods that you can incorporate into what you're already doing. And then there's things that you can do to support it as well while you're doing your parasite cleanse, which is 7 to 10 days. So kind of what you go by. Okay, so we have a product called Parafree that you can partner with what you're doing. And Parafree is another one of our oil capsules. Did I bring any over? And that's one that you would take 2-3 times a day. And it's just going to support your body while you're doing the things. Your ninja red is going to support your body. Make sure you're keeping that going in. Making sure that you're doing your enzymes to help breaking down the stuff. So you'll know whether or not you need to go 7 to 10 days. I think most people need 10 days because you'll see stuff in your stool. I'm going to leave it at that and let you use your own imagination. But if there's actual worms, you can see pieces and parts of them coming out in your stool. So protozoa are really tiny. You won't see those. Most worms are tiny, but yeah, there's some stuff that's in there. I'm just saying. So the stuff that's in your Parafree is cumin, olive oil. Listen, you guys, my weight loss class really stemmed on olive oil. This is the brand. Everybody's always asking what brand I use. And I do probably 4 tablespoons a day of olive oil spread over my food because it has helped so much to increase the satiety. So I am not hungry. I'm not fighting eating good. I'm just not interested because it activates your normal GLP-1. Next week, I think it is, our class is going to be on everything I did for weight loss and how I've lost 230 some odd pounds, 240 pounds, and things that you can incorporate in and how we can really, we can activate our own GLP-1 in our body. So GLP-1 is not a drug. They have made a synthetic drug that people are spending oodles of money on. But GLP-1 is a natural hormone that we have that we can activate through different things. So I'm going to be talking about that next week. So if you're interested in weight loss at all, you need to make sure you tune in for that class. But anyways, also in our Parafree is vetiver, it's fennel, it's bay laurel, or our Laurus novulus, if you don't know which one that is, nutmeg, melaleuca, thyme, clove, ocotea, dorada azul, tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, lemongrass, patchouli. That's all in that beautiful Parafree that will help support you during that time while you're deciding how you're going to go about it. And you're going to do that and add that to what you're already doing. So again, it goes clean up your environment, get rid of the toxins, clean up your mental space, what you're allowing feeding in, and start saying some positive affirmations. Get into our movement challenge where we're doing a lot of that. Again, if you want to be in that group, say add me to the group. I want to move, I want to groove, whatever you want to say, let me know you need to be added in there. If you need to know how to replace all of your cleaners, ask for the Thieves sheet that I have that breaks down exactly what you can do with your Thief stuff. And then from there it goes gut, liver. From gut and liver, we're going to go to the metals, and then we're going to go to the blood, and then we're going to go to the kidneys, and then we're going to hit parasites. So how long does it take to do all the cleansing? Well, considering for some people with gut, it can take 2 to 3 months to get where you're having a normal bowel movement 3 times a day. That is what you're really looking for. And then you can start feeding your liver. You can add that Juva power to what you're already doing and do a little TLC on your liver. For most people, liver, I would say do a good month of loving on that liver before you go into the other cleanses. So this is not a quick fix. Again, you cannot supplement away a poor diet. Eat as many whole foods. So I'm not here to tell you whether or not you should be vegetarian or carnivore or keto or all the different things. All I'm going to say is whatever diet you are choosing, make sure it's real food. Make sure it's whole, real foods that you are consuming so your body's getting all the stuff it needs. It just wants real food. And I'm going to also add this. food should make you happy. When you eat it, you should enjoy the process. There's a reason God gave us dopamine, because we were supposed to want to do that again and again. So if there's foods that make you really, really happy, but they're not whole foods, learn how to change them. Search for recipes. I'm a pizza girl. I've said it before. You don't get to almost 500 pounds not be a pizza girl. I love pizza, but I learned how to make my pizza with einkorn wheat, and I use my olive oil and fresh Parmesan and fresh mozzarella, and I use tomatoes and green peppers and all the things, and I eat my, last night we made a barbecue chicken pizza. It was so good, and I doubled my recipe for my dough so that I can make pizza again in 2 days. I keep it in the fridge. So I just learned how to modify and still eat real foods and enjoy the process. And I have to give up everything, because you'll only give up all the things for a short period before your willpower will cave and you're going to go back to it. So find things that you can do consistently. So anyways, I love you guys. I am sorry I had to talk so fast, but there's a lot of stuff. This used to be a 3-part series. I would hit one, then the next, then the next. So it was usually 3 hours. We got her done in 49 minutes, and I love you all, and we will chat later. If you have questions, ask the questions. I will definitely read them and answer them over the next few days. And please feel free to share this with your team. If anybody is watching this and you're wanting to grab your product, get back with whoever shared this video with you, because they're the ones that are going to help you get whichever things you're going to get started with. God bless, guys. Have a great day.